Geoff Chance is speaking for 8 to 10 minutes. He began as a Toastmaster long ago, and emphasis on the O of long, and has earned his Advanced Communicator Gold Award. He's presented several stories about growing up in Montana, including things at the Story Project downtown. And his speech is titled, The First Dance. Please welcome Geoff.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It was in September 1958. I was a senior, starting my last year in high school. And I had to get a date for the dance that was 1 week away. It was the autumn formal. The problem that I had is that I'd never asked out a girl before. And so the pressure was intense. My buddies, Ted and Will, had badgered me into getting a date for this dance. And so 2 weeks had gone by and I had put off calling Samantha, the girl that I wanted to ask out. In fact, I didn't even know if she had a date yet. So I ran upstairs where I could dial a number and then hide inside of the bathroom. 3, 5, 5, 1. Ring, ring. No one home. An hour later, I got up enough courage to try again. And so, 3, 5, 5, 1. Ring, ring. Who's her mother? An hour later, enough guts. That's on board light over there, by the way. 3. So an hour later, 3, 5, 5, 1. Ring, ring. Samantha, this is Geoff Chance. Would you like to go with me to the autumn formal next week? You will? Great! Well, my buddy showed up and we were triple dating. And there was enough room in that car for the driver, Tom, and his date, Ted and his date, and in the back for 2 guys, 2 girls, and 2 formals. And so we drove up to Samantha's house. And it was the biggest house in all of Butte. It was 21 rooms with on the 16th fairway of the country club. And I walked up to the door, great big door there with an arched top. Ding dong, and the door opened up and there was Samantha. My heart gave a patter because there she was with her hair so beautiful. She had on a strapless gown, fuchsia, with fuchsia shoes and a fuchsia purse. She took me in to introduce me to her parents, and there was that essence of Chanel No. 5. We went out and we drove up to Columbia Gardens. Now, Columbia Gardens in Butte was the jewel of the town. It was built by the Anaconda Mining Company at the turn of the century, and it was in the foothills just below the Continental Divide. The buildings were ripped off of those that were built on Coney Island, and so there's these grand Victorian buildings that are all around, and finally manicured grounds and flowers, and then there was the grand wooden roller coaster that was there along with the other rides. It was the place that we all loved to go. And as we all got out of the car and started to walk inside, we could hear the big band. Now, Will was president of the class, and he told us that they had spent $100 on that band. 20-piece band for $100. But we could afford it. When we got inside, the girls disappeared. I didn't know where they'd gone, but we went over to sip some of the punch, and so we lifted our finger up as we drank, sort of mockingly. And then Ted said, "Hey, you see the roller coaster's running." What's that mean? Well, he says, Marco Stanisic told me 2 years ago he was here, and if all the stars are in alignment, and there's a formal in the fall, and if the roller coaster is running, and if the girls are wearing strapless gowns, then when you're on the roller coaster and you're going down in zero gravity environment, their breasts levitate. Are you sure? Yeah, I heard 3 or 4 guys tell me about that. Well, I mean, you know, there was a degree of curiosity about all this because the only knowledge that we ever got about such things was if we stole our father's book, our magazine, into our bedroom. You know, the National Geographic? That was our knowledge. Well, we started to dance, and there was that fine big band sound and all of the American songbook songs. And we danced together, and we did the foxtrot and the jitterbug and on. And then we exchanged dances, and finally, and I was having a great time, and then finally it was time for the break. We asked the girls, hey, you want to go for a ride on the roller coaster? And they said yes. So we went and we all lined up in the roller coaster. There were six of us, and there were 2 and 2 and 2 in the roller coaster car. And so we started to go up the incline. Click, 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 click. Yeah! Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Well, we rode the roller coaster a couple of times, and then we went back. And on the way back, Will said to Ted, well, that was sort of a bust. And Ted said, ha, ha, ha. Well, it was the second part, and so we danced together, and inside there was all these Victorian trappings, and there was the balcony and the bandstand and the fine woods and the fine dance floor, and then all of these Chinese lanterns that were there. They were a foot in diameter, maybe perhaps of 100, and they were all illuminated from inside, and they were orange, and they had gold letters on them. And we came to the last dance, and it was an embraceable you. La da da da, la da da da, la da da da. Lights went down to almost nothing. And so we danced that dance together, and Samantha got closer. And then she put her head on my shoulder in the dark. And then she raised her head up and stopped, and she said, these earrings that will clamp on are killing me. So she gave them to me, and I put them in my pocket. We finished the dance. We ended up going to after that to the Peking restaurant, which is one of Butte's most mysterious and now Montana's oldest restaurant, and went home. You know, all of these experiences that we have when we're growing up, which are coming of age experiences, some of them are very positive to us and some of us are very painful. Some of us remember forever and some of us we suppress. But all of them make a mosaic of these experiences that determine to be a strong part of the definition of who we are today. When I got home, reached in my pocket, and there's a pair of earrings. I'm going to have to return them to Samantha. Serendipity. Or perhaps naivete about feminine wiles. The next day, I go to the phone. 3551. Ring, ring. Hello, Mrs. Moore. This is Jeffrey Chance. I'd like to speak to Samantha, please. Hi, Samantha. Hey, I have your earrings here. I'd like to bring them over to you. 2 o'clock? Great. Fantastic.